it was a video. We were on the show here. We were talking, and I talk about my multi-million-dollar contract I walked out on that was worth 1.65 million downside, right? So, and I posted that on TikTok and the others, and I saw there were actually people that were attacking me that goes, he doesn't know the difference between, he's lying in that he says a 1.65 million dollar contract is a multi-million-dollar deal. It is. Now let me explain this to you guys. That's just the downside. And when I'm talking from how I understand and what I know and what I make on my other contracts. So a 3-year deal for $1.65 million is a multi-million-dollar deal. Unless I got hurt on day one, could never wrestle. Even then, that's not true. With it still would probably turn into a multi-million-dollar deal on pay-per-views, royalties, and merchandise. Okay, that's where a lot of the money comes in on that. So I'm making 1.65 downside guaranteed weekly pay on that.
Yep.
I'm now getting, I'm on every pay-per-view, by the way, pretty much on everything my whole time up until that point. So I'd see no reason why that would change. And especially with the contract and the championship and everything being agreed upon, I was going to be on even more. So with that, so you're going to figure in pay-per-views, royalties, merchandise, video games, all that over the course of the next 3 years, that easily is probably $4 to $8 million minimum on that.
Yep.
So that when I speak on something on that, I'm speaking from my understanding of that. And so it's not that I'm lying to you. That's a multi-million-dollar contract. That's just a 1.65 downside base minimum on that, guaranteed on that, as far as for the 3 years, if I'm there the whole 3 years. They made as many action figures as me, which, by the way, I have some of the highest selling action figures being out of the game. With that fact, you can't argue with that. Like with that, so my stuff was in demand while I was there with that. So it very easily would have been that 4 to 8 million, possibly more, with all of that, not counting other things. So I will always be able to defend myself for any of you that want to try to find little things. And I'm not perfect. We do a lot of shows, and I talk. There might be something I say where it comes out, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe that was slightly off or whatever. But I'm pretty damn accurate. Nobody's ever 100%. But that is a thing that I'm seeing happening because they're trying now. They see that I'm right and that I've been telling the truth. So now they're just looking for one lie to try to discredit. In their heads, that would discredit everything with it. Yep. And it's just, but that's the world we live in of miserable people.
That's just the people that they are, big guy. You know what I mean? Like obviously when you tell a story that's from, let's say 10 or 12 years ago, right? Or 8 years ago, your memory doesn't remember every step of the way as you keep going, living life, because your brain, I don't care what anybody says, your brain, when you go through bad moments like that, your brain will protect you and try to push out some of the negatives that you went through to try to, especially when we think the way that we think, because I feel like our thinking pattern is very similar in some ways, that you block out the negativity so that it doesn't stop you from being a good person or being positive, right? Because those things can get you down if you let it.
The hate can consume you if you let it. And that's what I never let it. And I try not to judge. Like I talk about, like, there's so many great fans, and that's why I love doing TikTok. I love when I do like a random battle and I bring on somebody that just sees me and their eyes light up, and it's just a great experience. Like on them, and for me as well on that. But this is what I meet in real life, and I want people to see that and go, guys, this is how most fans actually are. What we see online is not the norm on it. It's online disinhibition with these people with how they're acting online. So. It's important.
So I heard this quote that goes to that, big guy, because I have a big problem with people being anonymous and being tough guys behind a computer. But when you see them in person, they love you, right? Like, so it's no face, no case.
I love it. No face, no case.
No face, no case. I love that.
I'll tell you where there will be a face and a case with the old Stalker situation. We'll have an update here. We're not giving them any attention outside of that, but when everything gets wrapped up, hopefully by the end of next month, everything should be the sentencing and everything of what we get. And
amazing.
I just want to say, brother, you got a real curveball coming your way. So we'll see when all this happens. And then once that's all done, I will give the update on all of that for all of you. Because I know a lot of you have been asking, but we don't give him any attention outside that. And I'm looking forward to all of this. It's I got some really, really good legal advice with all this of the route that we're taking. And I look forward. I'll get to see him face to face. For the first,
that's
brother,
awesome.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait like with that, and I'm going to do everything I can to try to get. I know it's gonna. I get to talk to the judge with all of this, and I'm gonna actually plead with the judge to please give me a moment alone with this individual. I swear to God, I'm gonna at the bit.
I know you're gonna do it.
I swear to God, I'm gonna hope that those security guards are Ryback fans and that they pull me aside and go, brother, your wishes are command, and just give me a little moment. I don't need long. I probably just need about 30 seconds. And you let me go ahead and just take care of business like a man. And I can't wait. So, brother, get ready because it's coming.
It's feeding time.
It's feeding time.
Oh, the last news.